Before we start, make sure to hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments, because what I'm about to tell you isn't just a story. It's a raw, painful journey of love, trust, and betrayal that will stay with you long after the video ends. It was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. I had no idea it would become the day I realized I had been living a lie. Sarah had been acting strange for weeks, little things at first. The way her phone buzzed constantly, the sudden late-night showers, the nervous glances when I asked her what she was doing. I tried to ignore it. I told myself I was imagining things, that I was just overthinking. But the moment she walked into the living room holding a small wrapped box, I felt it. The creeping unease I'd been trying to bury. "Wasim," she said, her voice trembling with excitement. "I have a surprise for you." I smiled, trying to share in her joy. "What is it?" She handed me the box. I opened it slowly. Inside was a tiny pair of baby shoes, a note, and a positive pregnancy test. "We're going to have a baby," she whispered, tears in her eyes. I froze. My heart should have leapt with happiness, but it didn't. Instead, a cold pit opened in my stomach. I knew. I just knew. The past few weeks flashed through my mind. The strange text messages she hid, the unexplained trips to the clinic, the late nights she claimed were for work but were never accounted for. The pieces didn't fit. And now, holding this supposed symbol of our future, I realized I was looking at a lie. "Sarah, when, how?" I asked, my voice quieter than I expected. She smiled, oblivious to my inner turmoil, and began recounting dates, doctor visits, the excitement of telling me first. But with each word, the suspicion in my mind hardened into certainty. This wasn't our child. I tried to push it down, to convince myself I was wrong. Maybe I was imagining things. But then I remembered the text messages I had accidentally glimpsed a week earlier. Her messages to someone else, intimate, personal, and completely unrelated to me. I remembered the scent on her coat that wasn't mine. The laughter over messages she deleted immediately. The evidence was there if I was willing to see it. And I was. I looked at her, tears welling up in her eyes, and felt a surge of anger and heartbreak I didn't know I could survive. "Sarah," I said, my voice trembling. "Whose is it?" She froze, and for the first time I saw it, the hesitation, the guilt, the fear. "Wasim." It's not yours," she whispered, barely audible. The world tilted. I felt like the floor had disappeared beneath me. Every memory of us, the quiet mornings, the dinners, the laughter, felt tainted. The moments I had treasured were now flashes of deception. I wanted to scream, to hit something to make the pain stop. But all I could do was sit down, my hands shaking, staring at the tiny shoes that had promised a life that wasn't mine to share. Over the next few days I watched her closely. I noticed the patterns I had ignored before. The way she avoided eye contact, the way her phone was constantly just out of reach, the little lies about where she had been. And with each observation, the heartbreak deepened. I questioned myself, had I failed her? Had I missed the signs? But I knew the truth. I hadn't failed. She had chosen to betray. I confronted her again, trying to keep my voice steady. "Why, Sarah? Why would you do this?" She broke down. "I didn't mean for it to happen. I was lonely. I made a mistake. I thought it would never hurt you like this." Her words were shaky, full of remorse, but the damage was done. There was no excuse that could undo the betrayal. The days that followed were unbearable. I moved out temporarily, sleeping in a small apartment while she stayed in the house that had been ours. Every call, every text, every memory felt like salt in a wound. I replayed everything, the moments I thought were intimate and private, and realized they had been shadows of someone else's truth. Eventually I had to make a choice. I could stay living in the shadow of betrayal, or I could leave and try to rebuild my life on my own terms. The decision broke me, but it also gave me a strange clarity. Love without trust is hollow. And self-respect, I realized, was the only thing left to hold on to. I left a note telling her I needed time, telling her I loved the person she had been, not the one who had deceived me. I walked away quietly, without confrontation, without anger. It was the only way to protect what little remained of my heart. In the aftermath, I learned to live with the memories without letting them define me. I learned that betrayal doesn't always come with fanfare. It creeps in slowly, through missed calls, hidden messages, and stolen moments. And I learned that moving on doesn't mean forgetting. It means reclaiming yourself from the pieces someone else tried to break. I still think about her sometimes, about what we had, about what could have been. But those thoughts are quieter now, tempered by the knowledge that I survived, that I chose myself when it mattered most. The tiny shoes in that box are gone, but the lesson they left behind is permanent. Trust is sacred, and when it's broken, the only way forward is to honor yourself enough to walk away. So, if you're listening to this and it resonates, if you've ever felt that creeping doubt, that gnawing suspicion, trust your instincts. Protect your heart, value yourself, and remember that love should lift you, not bury you.